Hey guys, it's me again, still back in Portsmouth. Hey, it's hard to miss what's behind me. This is what they call the Memorial Bridge. The Memorial Bridge actually connects Route 1 from New Hampshire to Maine. This bridge here replaces a bridge that was built here to commemorate the war dead of the First World War. And that bridge stood for quite some time, but eventually that old lift bridge wore out and needed to be replaced. And so this bridge replaced it. It's pretty interesting because you can see the center section is designed to rise up and down to allow ships to pass through. Remember, Portsmouth is still an active water port, and so large ships have to come up and they have to access places further up the river. In order to do that, they got to lift that center span up so that they can do that. A boat's got to be pretty skinny and pretty short, comparatively speaking, to get through this really narrow spot. And because of that, that's why they need the tugboats. Anyway, believe it or not, before the 1923 bridge opened up, there was almost no way to get to Maine unless you owned a boat. You had to hire a boat to row you across, or you owned a boat and you had to row yourself across. And it wasn't until really 1923, when automobiles became popular, that they realized they needed a more stable way to get to Maine. Driving to Maine could take a long time because you'd have to drive way up north to get over to cross. That was really the only other way to get to Maine. And of course, with cars becoming popular, a car bridge is what was needed. And so they decided to build this first bridge, and it was put into service in 1923. And like I said, it commemorated the dead of the First World War. Interestingly enough, of course, my family grew up in Portsmouth. And believe it or not, my dad and his friends on the old bridge used to climb up past this station from the water, up and around. They'd climb up the embankment, and they'd stand right about there, right about where that guy's jogging. And he would jump off, and they would jump into the river, and they'd go swimming. Now, I don't need to tell you, the Piscataqua River is a very fast-moving river. It's amazing I'm still here. It's amazing I'm here at all. I can't believe my dad was fortunate enough not to get swept out on the tide and swim all the way to Spain. But this is what they did back in the day. A lot of the boys and the girls used to jump off this bridge into the river when it was hot enough to do it. But anyway, thanks for checking in.